Welcome back to PYJynJoy, Messages from the Divine. I'm Charmaine, your holistic life coach, and I'm happy to be with you today to do a message from the divine. But before we get started, let's do an energy cleansing of the space. And then we'll prepare our minds for the message as well with 3 deep cleansing breaths. The first one, inhaling through your nose and exhaling through your mouth. So we'll start now. Let your eyes flutter closed and inhale. Feel the fresh air invigorate your lungs, your heart space expand to the rest of your body, your crown to your toes. And then exhale out of your mouth. Let a sigh where your shoulders drop, tension leaves you. Again, inhale deeply through your nose. Relax the furrow between your eyebrows. And then slowly exhale. Let thoughts that were before this leave you, escape. You're here now. Again, inhale through your nose for a deep cleansing breath. And then gently exhale. Let your eyes flutter open and see the message that we have. So I'll do a quick shuffle and then split the deck. And what we come up with is power and love begins. So 8 is all about prosperity, your abundance, your strength, your power. And then 1 is new beginnings. So you see a rainbow here. It's like after the rainfall to let you know that there's something new will happen, something fresh, flow of water. 2 hands are holding a bowl. And then with the power, obviously a lion with a man on the other side, showing that within you, you have the strength of a lion to overcome anything. So let's see what this message will bring. It could be something about anything, really, relationships. It could be your work, your finances. So we will check in with the divine to get further insights on this theme. We have rest and rejuvenate. So this is your immediate past, with 4 being about your planning. While you're in this meditative state, you're doing some inner work that will help you get the support that you need as you ground into the earth, the green abundance beneath you. So this is saying that sometime in the recent past, you had to do a little bit of introspection, coming into yourself and finding some inner peace. And with all that's going on in the world, everyone needs a bit of inner peace. Now we have the present, which is your solar plexus chakra, number 3. 3 is about expansion. It's about harmony, trinity. So in the solar plexus, that is located above your navel and below your rib cage. So right in the center of your belly, that's the storehouse for your emotions, how you're feeling, your gut instinct. So with this, so currently you're really pulled in and in tune with your emotions. And that's after coming out of a meditative period. So let's see what your future, immediate future, is fulfillment of wishes. Number 9, so there's completions. So we have 9 is about with completion, it's about endings, but endings is also the start of a new beginning with your fulfillment of your wishes. You see 2 waterfalls, you're standing on top of a leaf that's in full bloom with a chest that's opened up to some beautiful golden light, probably some gold, so your money, so whatever your wishes are. So with you going into that introspection, you found out what you needed to do, perhaps your life's purpose. You maybe found an idea that will help you, that tunes into your emotions and helps you to create this new abundant life where all of your wishes are fulfilled. And the colors even match. You have the green and the gold. So let's see what we get for your distant past. Spiritual strength, number 9 again. So you went from, so in your distant past, you went from another completion where you had to rely on your inner strength again. So perhaps you're a healer, intuitive, or you're just very in tune with yourself. So someone out there in a collective. So again, these messages come from the divine and it won't resonate with everyone, but for those that that this message does resonate, you'll pick up on what this means for you. So since this isn't a personal reading, I can't specifically say to you, but I can give you a general idea. And what happens with your spiritual strength, so in your distant past, at some point, you had to rely on your spiritual strength to get you through something. Again, you went internal, eyes are closed, head is bowed. It's green again, so there was some grounding that you needed to do. Perhaps your life was a little chaotic, or you were taking on too many things at once. So you had to go within and to reconnect with source, with spirit, with divine, with the Lord, and get yourself back in alignment. And that's what happened. So you have that period in the distant past. Then you came forward into the present, showing the more recent present, and then retuning because something changed for you. So let's see with the distant future. Well, things will move with accelerated motion. Number 8. And that number 8, like I said before, is about prosperity. It's also infinity when you put the 8 on the side, so it's continuous. And with this, looking up into the sky. So now after this, head bowed, you're introspective, you're thinking about what your strengths are, what you're doing internally. And now you're looking up to the sky, getting guidance from the universe. It's a starry night. A star is shooting across the sky and it's giving you your pinpoint. So this card is letting you know that things are moving fast. Like when a star shoots across the sky, it's pretty quick. And when you have that, you will be able to again pull on your strength, come out of with your emotions and be able to handle it. So there's something happening in your life. There's some changes that are going on where, and again, how funny, I looked at the bottom of the deck and it shows power again. So that's what we had in the beginning. So what's going on with you right now is you had some type of a change that where you needed to draw in on your spiritual strength. The spiritual strength, it could be whatever religion that you have, or it could be where you went to something more esoteric. Whatever it was, that issue that happened caused you to have to go within and pull in your reserves. And then you had to get into a period of rest and rejuvenation. So it was a bit of time that you had to go through the struggle. But now you're recovering and you've connected into source. You have your emotions that you are now in control of. You're feeling better. You're trusting your instinct. You're working with your intuition, and your fulfillment of your wishes will happen. So let's ask the divine, what more? So what more, divine, for this collective people out there who this message is for? What do we need to know about this rest and rejuvenate? Okay, so this popped out. Memories of love, number 6. So 6 is about self-sacrifice. It is loyalty. So there were some memories. So maybe there was something that happened with a loved one that caused you to have to pull in on your spiritual strength. Perhaps there was a life-changing situation with them and it really impacted you and you went through a bit of a struggle with it, and that now maybe they're not with you anymore, so you are having memories of love. So grief is a time that can be something where you really have to pull on your inner strength and get your connection back into the universe, into source, and help yourself to overcome that grief. And I've had a lot of grief in my life, so it's not something that's very easy to overcome, and it's not going to change overnight. But you will need to spend time with yourself to rejuvenate, to come back to you, and that allows you to reconnect with these emotions. And that's what this is looking like. But you will have fulfillment of wishes. But let's continue. Let's see. So what more can you tell us about these memories of love that were happening for this individual? Divine, what message can you add on to this memories of love? Let's see. Balance. Yep. So you had to balance your emotions. This was a bit of a big turmoil, a big shakeup, and you needed to draw on that strength, and within yourself, you found that balance. Source helped you to get yourself back in tune. Your memories are still there. You'll still always have those people with you. And then the thing is too, or pet, whatever loved one, that you will see messages. So angel, that's why I started PYJynJoy. So let me pause a second. So with PYJynJoy, it's all about, I've had a lot of, my father passed, 2 of my dogs passed since 2021, 22, and 24. So there was a lot of things that happened just in my life that I had to internalize and go into my feelings and thoughts on things. And it helped me. And I know from experience that my angels who helped me, Pigeon, PY is for my dog Ziggy. He used to eat his you-know-what, so we call him Piggy. And then Ginger is JYN, she's my Maltese. And then Joy is for Josie, my Bichon. So they're my little messengers that give me PYJynJoy carrier messages, like a carrier pigeon. Give me these messages and help me with my divination. So I know for a fact that your loved one will still be with you. They'll send you little messages, and just be aware. Some things like white feathers, or you may hear a song, or you may smell something. You may see a glimpse. There's all sorts of rainbows. There's all sorts of things that will, dragonflies and butterfly. So there's little things, and you'll begin to connect it because it'll be like, oh, that reminds me. So you're now beginning to balance your emotions, and drop a comment. So drop a comment in the messages and I'll respond. I always do. So you're getting your balance there. So 11 is a master number. It's again about spirituality. And on this angel, he has all of the suits of the tarot deck. So your wand, your pentacles, your cup, your sword, everything. So you're balancing all of your resources, all that you have. So things will get better. Now let's look at this solar plexus. So with your present, so your emotions, you're very emotional, you're tuned in, you're plugged in. What can you take, Divine? What more can you share with us about this current situation, the status for this person now in the collective that this message is for? This card wants to come out. Let's see. Discontent and boredom, number 4. So you made be a little bored, you're discontent, you're turning away from things. And remember, I just said a rainbow, so there's a little rainbow there. And what this can mean for you is you're just needing to get a little bit of a change in life. You need to get a different perspective. You're turning your back on what the way things were. 4 in numerology is all about your planning. We talked about that before with planning. So that discontent and boredom that you may be feeling now is really you just trying to still figure out things. And with grief, emotions flow and they ebb, they change. One moment you're laughing and one moment something can spark something in you. So just give yourself grace. That's what my life coaching phrase is give yourself grace. So give yourself grace at this time. You can heal, get your thoughts together and everything. So let's see if there's anything else from the present that can help us. Divine, what can you share some more insight on this grief, on this feelings that this collective person is feeling? This one. Patience. Yep. Have patience with yourself. That's what I'm saying. Give yourself grace. Have patience with yourself. 1 and 4 is 5. That's a lot of change. Change is happening for you. You just can't force yourself to be happy. You just have to really go with the flow, ebb and flow. What's flowing there. You just have to, at this time in the present, be patient with yourself. Things will grow. Things will change. Again, the head is bowed. The eyes are lowered. Be patient. If you feel like you're getting overwhelmed, spend some time and do maybe a bit of meditation. Maybe take a walk outside. I often find getting just a bit of sun can raise, because sun is energy. It's the source of our universe. And that can help to replenish you. So let's see what's going on for your immediate future, this fulfillment of wishes. Divine, what can you share on that for the collective out there? What message do you have for further insight for this present of immediate future, rather, of fulfillment of wishes? What can we get? If things are looking good, they're getting better. You're still grounded. The sun is there with the bright light. But what can you tell us, Divine, about this immediate future coming up for this person? So let's keep a little shuffle. The cards are a little sticky today. We got to really draw it out. So Divine, what do you want to tell us? Okay, let's explore. Divine, what message do you have for the collective? Okay. Triumph and success. So there you are. fulfillment of wishes. So you will have a triumphant success. You will emerge from being, a little more closed in. You'll come out and you're feeling better. So one, this is the Ace of Swords. And aces are number one, so it's new beginnings. So like I said before, ending is also the start for a new beginning. So with your fulfillment of wishes, they will be triumphant success. You will be able to, whatever it is that your wish may be, to have a little more peace right now in your time, to have even better memories of your loved one. Whatever it is that your wish is, it will be fulfilled and it will be successful. You'll be able to cut through the mental clutter that's going on in your head. You'll have the coming out, you're like re-emerging. So you'll get back into, I don't want to say society, but perhaps you'll start going out some more. You'll be able to have a little more joy in your life. So that's what I'm getting from this. That's what the sense I'm having for that. But let's ask just once more, what message divine do you have for this immediate future? So it's triumphant. You'll be able, for the collective, will be able to go out and have a little more peace in their life after a period of change, of loss, the memory of their loved ones, and you have positive movement forward. Great. 8, again, we have 8, which is all about that accelerated motion, the same thing as 8 with the prosperity and the abundance. So positive movement forward, it's over the water, you're gliding, you're heading out to a new start. And that's with what you'll be able to do. You'll be able to, on this new beginning, you're not closing the chapter with your loved one, but more so that you are able to see another way. You can see a way forward that's positive. You're ready for a change. Maybe you may take a trip. You may go away for a little while to have a different change of scenery. I know what that's like. You just don't want to necessarily be in the same place because the memories can be a little strong. So that's what it's showing. Now we'll do just one pull because the past is the past, so we don't really need to dig into that. But if you can tell, divine, if you can tell us a little bit more for the collective, what the spiritual strength, the grief, the start of this loss, what is that all about? Divine, if you can share the... Ooh. So it was movement, choices, decisions, too. So perhaps it was a partner that you had, too. It's about a couple, a pair, duality. There's rings there. So maybe there was something going on with your loved one that was more of a love partner, and that was a loss there. So that's only something that you can know for the person out there or people out there that this message is resonating for. You'll know who that other individual is, but it seems to be, being a 2, that it would be part of a couple, a pair, of a partnership. So that's what you think on, but knowing they'll always be with you. And don't feel, don't feel like you can't grieve, that you can't cry. You can, and you'll cry at any time. It may happen, and you just have to just flow with it and know that they're better off, that they're back with the divine, with the Lord, with God, and that you too will be okay. Just give yourself some time, be patient. Now, divine, if you can tell us a little more for the collective about this distant future. So there's an accelerated motion. Things are looking up. So this just fell out. Truth, too. So with truth, the scales, it's balanced. You have a moment of truth. So you again, in this picture, you can see through the doorway or mirror or window there, it's the sky again. The starry sky. So you'll find some truth. So maybe that truth being that you'll be able to find your way of not getting past the loss, but find more of what your truth is in that situation where you can get back to yourself and be true to yourself and get the balance that you need. Back to the balance. The scales are balancing, and you're also moving forward. You're looking ahead. You're not looking back. You're looking ahead and moving on. And it's like pretty packed. You have a bag, you have a staff. So you're ready to move forward. That positive movement forward that's in the present, in the in the future, immediate future, in the distant future, you're ready. You're moving forward. So let's ask one more time, divine, anything else about this distant future for the collective person that this message is for, or people. Divine, any other message that you have for the collective people that this message is for. Fertility, so 3. So 3 is again about giving birth, so similar colors there. Expansion, harmony. So fertility, where you're now able to, with that truth that you found, you can grow. Doesn't necessarily mean the birth. It just means like a childbirth, that is. It means that what you have going on with you, it will be prosperous, it will grow, it will move forward, positive movement forward. That's what this is all about. You have like peacock feathers in the background, opened up the circle, so continuation, life always continues, circle of life. Now let's go to the angel deck to just see if there's just a bit of more insight that we can get from the angels. So, angels, what message can you offer to add to this message about the people in the collective that are going through a period of grief after losing a loved one? What message do you have? Okay, so the dreamer, 0, Archangel Metatron, a leap of faith, follow your dreams, unexpected opportunities. So again, it's like this circle, you're going through this circle, you're going through this change. This is in the traditional tarot, it's the Fool. But I like to say it's more so the dreamer, because you're just going forward without hesitation. You're taking and believing in what the universe will provide for you, the path that the universe has for you for this lifetime. So with you moving forward, positive movement forward after this loss, take a leap of faith. Trust truth, trust in the divine. You may not understand it right now. You may not see why. You may be angry. You may be super sad. But just leap and have faith. Trust and believe. That's what this is telling you. Just have that trust, because without that belief, it can be very hard. So you will be able to move forward. You will be able to have a life. So let's just see if angels, what else can you add to this message? It'd be good to know. So we have 5 of water. Things not turning out the way you hope, not seeing the positive in a situation, crying over spilled milk. So 5 of Cups is emotions. So this is where you may be right now. So people that this message is resonating with can be in different stages. You may have just lost the person. You may have just come out of your reconnecting with spirit and getting yourself back in alignment, or you may be at the future. But with this is saying somewhere in the middle part is your emotions are still upset. They're overturned. You're not that you're crying over spilled milk, but you are still in a crying phase. But know, again, the message is out there. Things will change. It will get better. So let's see. One more question. And what angels will you say anything further on this? What can you tell us? Okay. We have the moon. 18. 1 plus 8 is 9. So again, completions, change, the endings. Archangel Haniel, important psychic insights, events behind the scenes, release fears that hold you back. So that's what we were just saying. You need to, with the moon, it's all about your emotions, internal, how you're feeling deep inside. It's your insight. So that's why I said in the beginning, I said this could have been about a healer, but it's more about you healing, getting in tune with your emotions, with your your solar plexus chakra, getting in tune with that. So even though you may, like I said just before, events behind the scenes, you may not see what's going on right now, but the universe has a plan for you. Just trust in your emotions, trust in your psychic abilities, touch and your attunement to the divine. Trust that right now. So the last thing that we'll take a look at is for the crystals. So I hope that this message is helping, because grief is really something that is a challenge for anyone. You've lost a loved one, you're angry, you don't know why, you question God. I know I did. And you just have to have faith, you have to believe, you give yourself patience, find that balance in your emotions, and try to keep as much of a positive outlook as possible, because as this is showing, positive movement, triumphant success, fulfillment of wishes, it's all there for you. So now let's see what crystal may enhance this feeling and this time for you right now. So Divine, what crystal will help? And this just popped out. And it says Phantom Quartz, embrace change. So embrace change. So this has happened. You've lost a loved one. The grief is real. You feel it, whatever stage you may be in at this time. You just have to embrace that change and know that it was for a reason, even though you may not see why. Everything happens for a reason. The person, your loved one, just it was their time. And you just have to move forward and believe and embrace that change. Everything changes, and you just have to really connect with the divine, with source, and have a way that you can just relax, have patience, go inside, and you'll get better. I know it. I'm going still through grieving process, so it is a bit tough, but you have to keep moving on. And think of it this way: your family, your loved one wouldn't want you to be so sad. And let them have peace as well if you're so upset, because it can keep their energy here with you and not letting them move forward. So they'll always be with you, but let them transition and have a peaceful transition. And then their memories with you, the little messages. So we'll get better. That's what I'm trying to say to you. I'm sort of flubbing around here because I'm thinking about my own grief, but it will get better. Just trust and believe. Stay positive. So I hope this message resonated with some of you out there in the collective. I hope that you have and find that peace that you need. God blessings to you and to your family, your loved one. And leave comments. Let me know, because I will respond if there's a question that you may have. I'm happy to answer it. But share this message. If this did not resonate with you, share it with someone else. Share the video, like the video, and then that way others can hear it, can spread the reach out into the universe, so someone out there who may need to hear this will be able to hear it. So thank you again for tuning into PYJynJoy, Messages from the Divine. I'm Charmaine, your holistic life coach, and have a great day.